Hey guys, Daisy Bro here, and today I wanted to make a small update, very small one. It is this, and so if I go here, not only, basically everything's the same, except there's this, and also this right here. And now, this is what you got. So not only is there another person I have added, as you can see here, but here you go. Oh my god, it broke. So what I've done differently is the song still can be played, but I finally gotten some help from the reason why he was in, or the person was in the front. What the person that was in the front was this person right here, because I actually needed some help because I went on to some forums called FNF Arrow Help Please, and basically I was like, hey, so I need some help with some coding. Please don't just be like pointing towards the blog and that's it. Because I knew that it doesn't work, and then this person is like, oh, I can't, because I'm on mobile, and was like, I can't see it, I can't do it. And then they came in, but I was like, the same person came in, and I was like, they were like, your explanation kind of makes it sound weird. Why don't you take a look at? And obviously, just like how I argue with Leo a lot, I kind of was like, hey, no. And because this person basically said, why wouldn't this work? And I was like, nope. And it doesn't work. And then I went to this guy, the same person that helped me, and said, I'm not going to tell you that I've already tried that, but since the arrows on other FNF games don't track where the arrows are on the top of the screen, and that's what I'm trying to make, so the arrows just follow even if they move. And obviously, like he did that, the same person didn't like reply back for a while. He said, in any case, it's not, and like, I guess he said he didn't want to use data, so he couldn't like see. And I was like, I said, I would, oh wait, yeah, this was him basically saying maybe it's the Y, change about Y. Have you added that as well? And then for that time, I said I would, but there isn't a destination for the arrows to make it. And because I've made an FNF games that already have the the script for the moving arrows are already done, but in my old one, but if I move the top ones right, and then the ones on the bottom wouldn't move to the new location, but I'll try. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna be sad. And then obviously I said that, and then nothing happened for a whole day. Well, actually, that was today. Yeah, that was today morning, actually. So this happened today morning. Basically, this was last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like bumped so that people could see this again. Then it says the project prevents players from starting. The option menu isn't clickable. People can't see what the problem is, even if they play it. And then I remembered that he was on mobile later. Of course, obviously, I didn't realize this when they were doing it because they were on mobile, so they were probably tapping around. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I repeat, you cannot play my game on mobile yet. It is not done. It's nowhere near done. Mobile support, I have the mobile support stuff. Um, like I have it. it's actually, wait, where did it go? No, 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 no. You can't do this to me. Yo, wait. No, okay, there it is. Touch support. So I have the touch support right here. The file. I haven't added it yet, so it's not done. But that's not the point. So then basically he was like, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa there, cowboy. You're not supposed to be able to play the game. The whole point of it, play the game. Only look at the menu since the whole point of it was that I can't get the arrows working, but I'm gonna pretend you already knew that. And then I also put, oh, you obviously didn't read it. If you don't click, you tap space to select the option menu. And that does work. And that's why you can click see inside project, but okay. Now, that's where I forgot he said he was on mobile and he didn't want to look inside the project to use data. And then I said, I did read the instructions. Spacebar detector isn't working for the menu. Was intended to prevent from playing since you are currently fixing the project. And then he was like, secondly, I did see inside the project. And then he talked about the 70 different sprites, which there are like 70 different sprites in there. So I couldn't blame him for that. And I realized, wrong one. And then I put, I don't know. He was like, I don't know if you're expecting to see which one activate the game or try out every single broadcast in the project to see which one initiates the game script. But rest assured, I don't want to have to go to that process. Obviously, um, I put wait. If you meant like actually play a song, cause guys, like tell me like tell me if you think what he says was the intended to prevent others from playing since you are currently fixing the project. That sounds like you're trying to play a song, like you're trying to play a level, right? At least that's what I thought. Like that sounds exactly like what you would do. You're trying to play a level, so you're trying to play a song, and I was like, I can't. That's not done since the guy who's charting it is not done. And I said, if not, the spacebar should allow you to go through the options menu and stuff, but nothing else. Like I basically said where the spacebar works, which is like 90% of the stuff. And as for my question, it was not for how to make the arrows work; it's how to make it. And then I used some of the thing that he did because he made it small when he said, "Let me see." When he put, "But your project has, let me see, 70 different sprites," and he made it small and stuff. So I was like, and that's when I did it too. I was like, and if you look inside, you need the scripts for those sprites, whatever they should be located at the top of all other sprites, being that they are literally the most important stuff. Also, the joke. I like the joke. I told him I like the joke. That joke right there. And then he said, I didn't mention about it to my plan. To come to the conclusion. I wanted the song to be played. As I mentioned, the spacebar doesn't work. And I was like, what? Spacebar doesn't work. Whoa, look at this. As I mentioned, spacebar doesn't work, even if it should be. And this is where I was like, wait, see, when you say play the project, it makes it sound like you're trying to play week or song or whatever. And if you click the spacebar in the menus, it should work. Then your spacebar might be broken because the spacebar allows me to go to the free play game mode stuff and the option stuff. Also, you could click on the show for the arrows that would be on the top, and then basically he did this. So he or she did this. Right, they both did this, and it was like, okay, they both did it, and then he said, well, I don't see a problem as your arrows are working fine unless you're using the gray. And then he basically gave me this, he or she gave me this sprite, right? And I did try this, and this is not the problem. So the problem is that the arrow. So if I go in here, this arrow will not change Y positions. It's not gonna go up. It's not gonna go down. Actually, it might. Never mind, guys. Never mind. Hold up. I'm stupid. So since I'm stupid, I just realized what he meant. But like, I mean, I realized what he meant by this, but I don't like. I could fix that like later since I was probably gonna already have to do that anyways. Yeah. So basically, that wasn't exactly what I needed, and I was like, and then that's when I put the problem is that if the gray arrows move left to right, so basically, if this arrow goes like this or goes like this and not up and down, because I can deal with up and down. I can easily do that. In fact, that's not the problem. It's that they move left and right, like the retros already, which I thought was pretty cool because it's like, oh, you actually have to be, focusing and paying attention because even I missed like 300, like 100 times and almost died on the first attempt that I tried the game out on YouTube. But they don't follow the arrows as if they move left and right. And I was like, I could put like a script where if the top arrows move left, like to where like if I'm like on here and I'm like since this is the top arrow, right? If I made like a forever move left, then I would have to go down here and then go like put the same stuff like copy and paste. And I said that'd be kind of tedious because that means that anytime I'd have to make it to where they move exactly at the same time, and I didn't want to do that because that's too much thing. And this guy or girl came back and said, "Is this what any close to what you want?" And obviously, they had a link to the project where it says this, and I put, "Yep, that was the end." And I put cloaking the project, but I meant to say I'm closing. And look at that, I made 100 posts, not 500, but 100. So that means I either had helped at least I've helped some people, but then also asked for help at least that many times. And that's probably like when I was also working on the Pokemon game and stuff. So then he made this called Untitled 2. And this is, I guess he made this 6 hours ago where people were just like, and look at that. So this is kind of what I wanted, right? Says, although it's not exactly what I wanted, because you see that the arrows are clearly moving like independently. Like for example, if I click down here, you see this is gonna be confusing because now your eyes. If I do this, your eyes are gonna be like, what the, and you're gonna probably be spamming, and you're not gonna be able to do this on the Chad mode. Now, like, see now, like if I was like this, like this would be different. So now what I'm trying to do is since these are gonna always be moving left and right, and like probably like bouncing up and down while moving left and right, they're gonna still be next to each other. So it's still the arrows are still gonna look like this. Well, not like that, but you see what I mean? They're always gonna be in this pattern, moving left and right. So all of these will move left and right like this, going up and down, and it will stay in this pattern. It will not be like this, where down is to the left and then all of a sudden to the right. No, it will be down will always be in the middle of up and right, but it will be moving up and down and moving left and right. So that's what will happen. And That's what this is what I needed, because the arrows need to follow them so that I can just do this, and then you're gonna be like yeah. So, and basically I looked in here and I realized like this, they didn't even have to really put too much work into it, because as you can see, it wasn't that like too hard. And OG just means the line that's up there. So as you can see, this is all they had to put to make it accurate. But and I technically didn't even need all of this that they put up here. I only needed this. This is how, guys, this is how much of the code I needed out of this entire thing to do this. All I needed was this right here. This small bit of code. All this I've already done. This is basically setting it to where to make sure you know, like if I click down, it knows that the down arrow is being clicked. Like that's all this is so that the down arrow knows that if I keep clicking down, it will go to the down arrow. Like, see, go to down arrow. But if I take this out right now, if I click down, nothing's happening. Because it doesn't know that it doesn't know that anything is happening. But now if I click down arrow now, it knows down arrow is press, and it's just letting it know that the down arrow key is the one that it has to go to. That's all it's doing. This is the actual sprite. See, you see how it goes up here? And then like I could change it, like it basically changes like so it goes up there, and then that's basically it. It's actually kind of funny because if the bottom arrows move, that means that these will be actually higher, as you can see. Because like now you can see that the left arrow is not exactly that high, or is actually higher up. But if I move this down, look, now the left arrow is down here, starting from down here. But this is actually what I needed, and all I needed was this, because I was too stupid to understand that you need to set an X position to another X position. See, this is how you know that I'm not exactly a professional coder, because I couldn't even think. My first opinion, like when I thought about this, my first thought was not, hey, let's make it to where it sets exactly to where the other X's are. That was not my intention. So I'm gonna just quickly do this and then save it so that it doesn't save it as the arrows are on top of the screen. Um, and then we'll basically go through one more time. So I'm gonna refresh. That's all I needed basically. Now the arrows will track no matter what. I'll show you that afterward. I thought that, but this is pretty cool. So let me zoom in and show you the full thing. There's his name. And I put up please don't remix this project because I don't want people like copying me. Yeah, look at all this. The cool intro. You got this. This one no longer like messes up. Like, and as long as you don't pass the codes button. So if once you pass the codes button, then it will kind of like be funky. But like up here, I could just. So let's say I want an arrow keys, then I go Chad mode, and I'm like, yeah. Now that's a problem because once you pass it, See, look, now it's going to ask me the question of what code I wanted. But if I just pass it, boom, enter. Now, if I click space here, I can actually just leave with the tap. You can either, this is where the mobile support starts coming in, because I can tap this with either my mouse or if you click it. Like if I'm gonna tap it with my finger right now. See? Because I have a touchscreen, so I can kind of simulate what a phone would have to do. Kind of. Now, in order for me to be able to add mobile support for the game modes, I'm gonna have to put like a left and right arrow, or just a right arrow, I guess. So, because you're not gonna be able to go back, you can only go forward. So, I'll do that, and then that will be the mobile support. And like, if I click space, now you can see it's highlighted. The check mark is basically giving the okay, and it disappears when the game mode is not selected. So as you can see, there's the game mode. If I click it again, it won't let me. So you can only select one game mode. Oh, wait. One game mode at a time. If I click up here, see, you can't click anything with your actual cursor. You actually have to click down. And like, if I wanted to change the game mode, I'd have to do that. And obviously the game modes are non-existent whenever you start the game. So now if I go to free play, you got Nuv, Zappy, Roughness, Zoinks, and Soviet Fool for the first 5 songs. Nuv is exactly what you think it is. It's Nya, but Nuv with Ruv. Zabby is pretty obvious. It's Tabby and another person. I think it's Zardy. I believe it's Zardy. Watch it be like Ruv. I think I might have messed up, because I think I was trying to have the first 3 songs Ruv in them. So it might be Zardy and Tabby, or it might be Ruv and Tabby. I'll figure that out afterward. Then you got, what the? Oh yeah, I forgot. I haven't said the actual. Yeah, they're not set yet. So you got Roughness, you got Zoinks. I bet you know which one that one is. And then you get Soviet Fool. So obviously Soviet. So I think it goes nya, but it's Cappy and Rev, Zardy and Tabby, Rev and Tricky doing Madness, and then you got Zoinks, which is Ugh, but it's Shaggy, and then Soviet Fool is Foolhardy, but it's Zardy and Rev. And then Genobomb, which is Genocide and Ballistic, but I couldn't fit Ballistic. I was gonna call it Ballistic Murder or Ballistic Genocide, but that doesn't fit in this small space that I had, so I called it Genobomb because it's Genocide Bomb. And you got Exotti, which is exactly what you think, Expurgation and Gotti. And the story mode is not coming out for a little bit because I haven't, I still need people to like kind of participate in that one, because the whole point of the story mode is not that, it's an actual story mode of boyfriend. It can be, but the whole story mode is actually going to be about how interactions happen between different people. And I only have my character and the boyfriend character, so the only way I can actually continue on with any songs in the story mode is if I get other people that are actually participating or want to participate in the game to make their own character or find a character that represents them and basically be like, yes, this is how I would act in this scenario, and boom. So, I need other people basically before I can do the story mode actually good. And now, so for y'all, those of y'all that were wondering what it would look like for the arrows, right? So we do a show arrows here, right? And we click this because it has to be forever. So literally, even if I move the arrows all the way over here, right? As you can see, the CPU arrows are right here, right? So not only will I have to do this, is it equal to 1? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna make sure this is set to 65. Now if I do this, look at that. And if I go over here, so let's say because actually we could actually just do a space. Nah. Okay, yeah, space should not be working right now. So that's what I need. So if we do a CPU left arrow, right? If we do broadcast CPU left arrow, then that means, yeah, I should do that, right? So then you got doom, doom, new, 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 new. So if we were to like, so if we were to do this and then do like, oh wait, so we do like repeat. So if we made this go like this, right? So this is how kind of Zardy would be like. Then we just repeat this like that, and then do negative. So I don't know how far this is. So if we did 30, 30, 50, actually 50. And we just did it like in a forever loop, right? So we did this and it was like it'd be like this. You see how it's going back and forth with the arrows? And obviously the difference between what would be happening here is that this is the CPU's arrows, right? So that's the CPU's arrows. And the difference is that CPU arrows basically don't miss because that's the point of the game is that they're not supposed to miss. Now, whenever obviously whenever like I'm gonna have to do this and just put versus player and do that. So, boom. So basically, if this equals 0, that means it will do this like normal. And why did I do that, is you're asking? Well, in case I want to make it to where the CPU actually doesn't miss, we're also going to make it 106 just in case. So let's see what it looks like now. 110? 120. Okay, I guess that's the closest we're gonna get, huh? So yeah, basically what this is the CPU can't really miss, and the versus player means that any song where I or some other let's say someone else goes against you personally, that's the only time we will miss. The player of the CPU will miss, to be better said. Now, what does that mean? That means that any time that it would be like anytime it would be like, oh, dark versus you. And then like I can fight back. Well, other than like, so basically like the Wonder game mode, Wonder song that I made where I could push you back on those songs, I will personally be going against you. Yes, you will know how it. Well, I mean, obviously, obviously, this would be on like this will be a difficulty in on itself. So there's going to be the traditional difficulties, which I'm still adding. Okay, I'm still adding it. The easy, medium, or easy. It's easy, easy, normal, and hard for most songs. And then if you're doing a song that where like I can fight you back, there'll be easy, medium, hard, and player and creator. So creator means that you're gonna be fighting me, which will be exactly unfair. Exactly, yes. Hard can be easier than creator because I will literally ask whoever you're fighting to play the game and I will give them notes. And I will say, click the notes whenever you can, like in the normal FNF game. And however good they do is how good they will do versus you. Meaning, if I perfect every note, you better believe I'm perfecting every note. Not that that would actually happen, but in this game, if I somehow manage to perfect every note on that song, you will be going against a CPU that will be perfecting every note and doing that much damage back to you. Hard will make it to where it does still perfect every note, but it's like reduced damage. Because I'm not gonna feel bad if you're choosing the creator one, so you'll get punished as just as much as if you were fighting me. So therefore, you also will still be able to like go up, but like I mean, basically you're gonna be fighting me, and you understand that's kind of what that means. So which also means that I can miss and absolutely like be dumpster kind of. So that's why I said it can be easier than hard mode. So don't assume that creator means that you're going to be having the most difficult mode. That just means you're fighting the creator, so it's a lot harder. Like you don't actually get any leadway. Like if you're in hard difficulty, where it's a set amount of points you lose, when as in creator it's just based on how good the creator does. So if the creator does absolutely horrible, then it's going to be easier than easy. Will this mean that the creator will have to worry about going back if they mess up? Yes, absolutely. So can this actually be easier based on if the creator of the song is trash or the character? Yes. So that don't flame them for being bad at the game. It's just sometimes they don't like. I'm only giving them like one attempt. So if they do bad on their first attempt, then they do bad on their first attempt. I could like literally they might be tryharding, they could be not tryharding, they could be literally looking away, watching YouTube while playing the song, and that's how that will go. So please don't be like, oh, since they did trash in this song, they're bad at the game, because that's not what that means. That just means that either they weren't really trying, or it was that difficult of a song, or whatever. So basically, it's up to the creator of that song to kind of, they get leadway, basically. Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, there you go. And like I said, the free play songs are probably gonna be the first ones done. Um, because like I said, the story mode is gonna be a while. I might make a versus game mode, which is why I left. If you see me click space here, you'll notice that there is a humongous space here, which I can do a versus game mode eventually, but it will not be accessible to mobile players. It won't. I mean, I might make it accessible eventually, but it probably won't be accessible to mobile players. Okay, so that being said, I'm also going to be adding in the free play menu the oh yeah, I forgot that still plays even. It sounds muted. Like the score, so the score will be up here. Only problem with this, oops, I'm not even gonna do that, is that you have like seven. I think I can only record seven scores at a time. So I'm probably only gonna record the scores of like the harder songs, the hardest types of songs. So those are probably gonna be the only one I'm gonna record. Meaning the easier songs are probably not gonna have, like are gonna have a personal score that no one else will be able to see. So if you ever see that cloud but like image next to your score, that means that's probably just gonna be a harder type of song. Whether and in free play it will In free play, there will not be a difficulty like changer. You will not be able to change the difficulty. In free play, it will always be the same difficulty. So in free play, if you see that cloud icon, that means it's a hard song. It's definitely a hard song. And what does that mean for story mode? Is story mode will have a personal score, but it could still have a very difficult song that's probably harder than one of the free play songs, but I'm not gonna want people to know what your story mode score is. That's not how that works. Um, yeah, so that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, so that's probably what's gonna happen. And that's how you'll know if someone's good at a game. You'll be able to check it out in like the little button that will say like the high scores or cloud variables. You can just click that and be like, oh, so this person's extremely good at this song. But with that, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.